Hello, today I'm going to be walking you through how to set up your docking station with your MacBook. More specifically, your USB-C Hu2 docking station. You can either set it up with one monitor or two monitors, and you can always use your MacBook screen as a third screen if you feel so inclined. First off, let's unbox the monitors and make sure we have everything squared away with the video cords. When opening up your monitor, there will be three cables included in the box. The first one is the important one. This is the power cable. As you can see, it plugs into the wall outlet, and the other end plugs right here. This provides power to your monitor and is the only cable we will be needing from the box. The other two are a display port and a USB cable. Again, we will not need these for the Mac setup. Instead, you will receive one or both of these cables. If you only have one monitor to hook up to your Mac, then you will only receive this cable, which is an HDMI to HDMI cable. Both ends look the same. This will be plugged in to the HDMI port on the back of your monitor, as seen here. The other end of this cable will attach to your Hu2 docking station. If you have two monitors, then you will receive this cable along with it. One end of it will look very similar, as it is an HDMI connector. As you can see, it plugs in the same way to the back of your monitor. The difference is the other end of this cable, which ends in a USB-C port. This plugs directly into your MacBook on either side. This is my USB-C Hu2 docking station. As you can see, I have it plugged in and hooked up to my MacBook right here. Just as a reminder, you can plug this into any of the USB-C ports on your MacBook, on the right or the left-hand side, whatever works better for you. This white cord plugging into the docking station is the power cable. This is the same power cable that you would normally use to charge your MacBook. Additionally, we have one HDMI cable coming from the back and one extra USB plugged in. You also have extra USB slots for whatever USBs you might have. If we take a look back at the MacBook, we also see that we have something plugged in to the left-hand side, and this is our monitor actually. Remember, we have one monitor that has a USB-C to HDMI converter. That's exactly what this is. The other end is plugged into the monitor, and this end plugs into any of the four USB-C ports on our MacBook. Once that is plugged in, you can then display on all three screens. One last thing to note about the docking station is that there is an Ethernet port on the end here. So if you have wired internet, feel free to use that as well. Something that may occur when setting up multiple screens for the first time is that they will not be arranged properly in the operating system. You can tell that this is happening because when you try and move a window over to a different screen, it actually appears in the wrong side. In order to solve this, we have to go into our system preferences. To do this, go to the top left of any screen and click on the Apple logo. Click on System Preferences, and this menu should appear. Find Displays wherever it may be in the list of buttons and click on it. Another menu will pop up and we will have to go to Arrangement. Here you will see any displays that you currently have plugged in to your MacBook. And on one of them there will be a white bar. This shows which one of your screens has your toolbar attached to it. So as we can see right now, our toolbar is not in the right spot. So what we're going to do is drag it so that the monitors are properly lined up. Once we think we have it in the right position, we can try dragging and dropping again. And notice that it goes to the right screen. But what if I want my toolbar on a different screen other than the one it starts on? Well, in that case, we can bring our mouse right over the white bar and drag it to a different screen, whichever one we want. If we drag it to the right here, then our right screen will now have the toolbar attached to it. As you can see, I have a Logitech keyboard and mouse plugged into the MacBook. That's what that USB dongle plugged into my docking station was. And these work perfectly fine. If you have these and wish to use them, feel free to do so. However, next I'm going to show you how to set up the Apple keyboard and mouse if you have them. While unboxing your Magic Keyboard, there's two things that you'll need to take note of. One is the keyboard itself, of course. Second is below it. This is the charging cable for the keyboard itself. In order to connect the keyboard to your MacBook and also charge the keyboard, simply plug the small end of the charging cable into the keyboard itself. And then plug the other end of the charging cable into your Hutu docking station. If you don't have a Hutu docking station, you'll need a different form of converter, as this only comes in standard USB. After plugging it into the docking station or the MacBook itself with an adapter, wait a couple minutes and let it charge. After a minute or two of charging, go ahead and look on the back side of the keyboard. You'll see this little switch. Make sure it's flicked on in green. As soon as you do this, come back to your MacBook, and you should see a little notification telling you that your keyboard is now connected. In addition to the notification, you can come to your system preferences and click on Bluetooth. Here you will see the Magic Keyboard. This is how you can check to make sure it's connected still. If you want to check on the charge level of the keyboard, you can go back and click on Keyboard. At the bottom of the menu, it will show you what percentage the battery is at. You can plug it in and charge it whenever it is getting low. Once you're happy with the battery level of the keyboard, you can simply unplug it and use it wirelessly. The Magic Mouse works very similar to the Magic Keyboard. It even takes the same cord, so you don't have to get both of them out. Simply flip the Magic Mouse upside down and plug in the charging cable to the small port. After it is charged a little bit, remember to turn it on and make sure the switch is turned green. Once again, you should see a notification telling you that your wireless mouse is connected. Exactly like the keyboard, you should see it in your list of Bluetooth devices. As well as you can check the charge by going to the mouse icon in System Preferences. As you can see, we are currently at 96%. That's good enough for me, so let's unplug it and get it to use. As you can see, the mouse now works completely wirelessly. The only difference is, the mouse cannot be used while charging, since the charging port is on the underside of the mouse.